We'll talk a little bit about success today, and maybe in the future we'll be able, because that's the whole purpose, to tie it to the issue of tshuva, since we are in the month of Elul. Many times people, if you ask people why they weren't successful, they would tell you, it's not my luck, I wasn't lucky, it's my faith, karma, I don't know, whatever you get there. And that is very wrong. Usually people like this will never become successful. Success starts first of all and ends with you. Success to a certain part, again, I don't want to broaden this too much, really depends on one thing and one thing only. The effort in which are you going to dedicate and put forward to reach whatever you want to reach, whatever you want to be successful at. You know, if you want to be successful at business, or you want to be successful at your life, you know, and again, the whole term of success is quite distorted nowadays, because we always attach success to money or fame and glory, but it's not, it's far from that. But if you want to be successful, you have to give it everything you have. You have to give it your effort. And we think that along the lines, for example, to be a successful Jew is one that a person should, give me an example of a successful Jew. Let's say, what would you say is a successful Jew? A person that, no. Like, not a person, but rather, what would you have to do in order to be a successful Jew? Okay, that's apparently everybody does. Torah mitzvot is nice, but everybody does it.
Keep trying.
For what? So if you ask most people, you say you're trying to be nice. If you ask most people, will tell you, he who does the extra mile, he who does this, he who does that, and on and on and on and on and on and on. But you're only talking about the peak, the tip of the iceberg. You're not looking at the core, the bottom of all things. So apparently we as humans have quite of a distortion to what is a successful Jew is. If you are a worker, what would you tell me would mean to be a successful worker? One who is able to hold his job, right? Well, first of all, let's say. Okay, but beyond that.
Please your boss.
Whatever your boss tells you to do, you need to first of all do it. Let's say your day starts, your daily work time is from 9 to 5. So you tell me successful means that I'll work until 6. I'll do extra. I tell you, no, it's wrong, because first of all, who asked you to do extra? Second, does that mean you come at 10? What's the point of you coming at 10 if you leave at 6? I want you here from 9 to 5. So let's look at what Kadosh Baruch Hu tells us. People think that to become a successful Jew, a person needs to be zealous. Everybody has this sense of like euphoria when they hear the word zealous. I'm a zealous. Kadosh Baruch Hu does not want that. In Parashat Ekev, one of the things you get is that Ve'ata, Israel, and now Israel, the Jews. Ma Hashem Elokecha shoel mi'imach. What does HaKadosh Baruch Hu ask you? Why did I ask from you? Well, you know, I did this. Excuse me, what did I ask you to do? What HaKadosh Baruch Hu shoel mi'imach. What does he ask from you? Ki'im, for only, le'yir'ah et Hashem Elokecha, to have awe of God, ללכת בכל דרכיו, to walk in his path, ולאהבה אותו, to love him. לעבוד את השם אלוקיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך. First of all, what happened to מאודיך? Nobody is asking you yet. That's for a different level. כל מאודיך refers to your money, monetary thing. כל לבבך, with all your heart, with all your soul. In other words, HaKadosh Baruch Hu truthfully asks you to love him. That's all he's asking from you. Now you're going to tell me, I want to do, extra. I'm going to do Shabbat. I do Havdalah at 11 o'clock at night. When it was 6 o'clock. I want to do extra. Really? But during the Shabbat, did you think about business? During the Shabbat, did you talk about building your house or planting a tree? What is it worth? When you came to Shabbat, when Shabbat started, did you say, oh, yeah, I got 18 more minutes, I can still take a shower. I have to drop a couple of things, I have to go put my car, I have to drop some dry cleaning. I still have 18 minutes, I can take a shower till then. Give me a break. This is not what we call to be a successful Jew. Successful Jew is a person who is willing to love God, to have awe of Him, to follow His path. And what are the path of HaKadosh Baruch Hu? מה זה ללכת בכל דרכיו? Exactly. Not to just do the mitzvot. That's לשמור את כל המצווה. מה זה בכל דרכיו? In all his paths. Not בכל דרכו. He didn't say in his path. In his paths. הוא רחום אף אתה רחום. He is merciful, you are merciful. He is kind, you are kind. Look at these attributes that HaKadosh Baruch Hu put in. In other words, become a person. Al tiyeh behema. Don't be a beast. That's all HaKadosh Baruch Hu is asking from you. HaKadosh Baruch Hu did not ask you to pray Shmona Esrei for half an hour. HaKadosh Baruch Hu asked you to get up in the morning early enough so you could put your tefillah on time. If Zman Tefillah ends at 10:30, don't tell me because of Shabbat, Oneg Shabbat, you're going to say, I don't know, Shema Yisrael at 10 o'clock. It's lo lech, it doesn't work. It just does not happen. Don't tell me you're building a building for Tiferet of HaKadosh Baruch Hu where you don't allow people to learn in comfort. Because therefore you did not build a building, you built a mausoleum. That's all is HaKadosh Baruch Hu asking for you. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not asking you right now to be zealous or to spritz bleach on people who walk in your neighborhood. HaKadosh Baruch Hu did not ask you to go on the bus and ask women to go to the back. We don't want that. HaKadosh Baruch Hu did not ask you to do that. Efo Rachum, Efo Chanun. HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves each and every one of Bnei Israel. And that's why He gave us the land. He didn't choose us because of a great number, as the Pasuk says. Why? Because we are not. Why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu choose us? Because of a love that He has for us. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu, first of all, interacted with us with love. Don't you think it will be appropriate that we should love Him too? What are you willing to do for God? Do you really love God? If you turn off your light and you sit there with yourself and you're going to examine, and that's something we should be doing right before Elul, And you're going to examine all your actions, big or small. All the things that you did when there was nobody around. All the thoughts that went to your head that were complete opposite of your actions. All the things that only you and God knows happened. And you're going to evaluate your actions. Would you tell me that these are actions of love? Would you tell me these are actions of awe? That's a part of Cheshbon HaNefesh. The Cheshbon is the count. Cheshbon HaNefesh. I'm doing a cheshbon with you, like you go to the supermarket, or you go into the, I remember still going to a grocery store. It was amazing. I was a kid, and I had a horrible math teacher. I love math now, because I learned it myself, but my math teacher was horrible. But I was amazed at the people at the grocery store, how quick they used to do math by pencil. Used to give him like 5 different things, and they used to do the weight, and they measure, they used to, it was amazing to me. Let's say today they tell you something 25 cents. They used to do it like this, and how much is 2.4 pounds at $4 a pound? Let me see. Hold on a second. You have a calculator? 1 second. They used to do it like this, and then they used to write on the thing, write like this with a pencil, chick, chick, chick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, total on the bottom. That process and the total on the bottom is called cheshbon. You need to take account and an inventory of all your actions. And you need to write down. And then at the end, cheshbon. I did this, 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 I did this. And the reason why I did like this, because they used to have the pen right here under the ears. And they used to go, not the pen, I'm sorry, the pencil. They used to wet it out and they used to write like this. It was amazing. It's a world that doesn't exist anymore. No, fortunately, no, unfortunately, it just doesn't exist anymore. But they used to do it. And we need to do the same account. We need to give an account for all of our actions. And before I'm going to be able to report, let's say, for example, you're going to your boss, you're doing an inventory of all your, so you need to give an account. Before you go to the boss, you don't come to this, you have to do it yourself prior to that. Prior to giving me, yes, this year we did this, and percentage was, and so on and so forth. You need to have all those numbers, and you need to put it out on one sheet yourself. That's what we need to do. And you need to make sure that the total of your actions is going to total awe and love. If your actions are not total awe and love, you got a problem. So sit down right now, evaluate your actions, examine yourself. You still have time to change. And the ability of a human to change is like this, on a spot. On the spot. You can change. Right now. Remember, we were talking about if a person goes to a woman and he tells her, marry me for I am a righteous man. Tzaddik gamur. Kiddushav kiddushim. Lama? Shema, maybe he did tshuva. The ability to change is like this. Don't ever tell me it's hard for you to change. It could be like that. Think about it this way. And I'll show you the hypocrisy of ourselves. When it comes to do the right thing, to go into the right path, we struggle with this. People want, give me transition time. I need to transition into that slowly, slowly. This is a famous argument we had with some absentee ballot today. Can't you tell them that they should keep Shabbat slowly, slowly start with this, that they should first do this, and then they do this, and then they do that, and then, 50 years down the road, they're going to keep Shabbat. And I said, no, absolutely not. I'll tell you why. Because if I'm going to tell somebody, How about we're going to go now to do some major Avera? The answer will be on a dime. Sure, not a problem. Let's go ahead and do it. Oh, fun. Let's have it. So when it's time for you to do the wrong thing, boom, you do it right away. To do the right thing, you start, become a philosopher. Well, let me examine, let me this, I can really drop the habit. Baba Mai says it doesn't work like this. As much as you have the ability, so you have this ability in you to switch from doing the right thing to doing the wrong thing. Why don't you take this ability and change it from doing the wrong thing to do the right thing? So you have this ability. Don't use this excuse again with me, because it just doesn't flow. You have the ability, if you want to change your life on a dime. But the emphasis is on if you want. Why should I want? It's very simple. Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves me. Because first of all, I should have awe for Him. And then I should realize that we have a relationship of love. And nobody would like to tell himself, man, I'm a lousy human being. Everybody says, no, I'm a good person. I might not keep Shabbat. I might not keep this. I might not do that. Well, nobody wants to hear these. I'm a good person. I just this. I don't do it. Then what do you want, right? If you're such a good person, how could you be such a hypocrite and somebody or someone loves you so much and you in return, in a way, spit in their face? HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves you. And when he says, La'avod et Hashem Elokecha, to worship Him, I'll tell you this, La'avod im Hashem Elokecha, to work with Him. Don't work against Hashem. Work with Hashem. You want to be successful? That's what you do. Start having awe. In other words, know your place, dedicate, be grateful for what you were given. Don't do more than you were asked. Let's start in doing what you were asked. This is the foundation of success. And one needs to remember, it is up to you. You have time to think, but very little time to act. So start acting and doing the right thing. Be'ezrat Hashem, we should be able to come to Rosh Hashanah appropriately.
Amen.